So I picked up a SNES not too long ago. I figured I'd start with the good ones, so you know, obviously Zelda, Link to the Past, Castlevania 4, Super Mario, Star Wing, Donkey Kong Country and Final Fantasy Mystic Quest are the first SNES games I've picked up, you know. Oh, that's so harsh. Like, my little brother was definitely more of a 7 fan than an 8. And like, I mean, I was a dick to my little brother when we were growing up, or my younger brother. But I would never have done that. Like, he loved him some FF7 as well. Like, I did sit and watch him play all the way up to like disc 3, and then I went and did something else. But yeah, no, that's harsh. My older brother did get angry with me and snapped my WWF Attitude disc. I was so pissed off about that. Seriously, disc 3 of FF7, like, I bet that still hurts a little bit, like, cuts to the very core right now. Like, that would, oh, I would have lost my shit. $276, huh? I remember when my older brother, like, so I got a PS1 shortly after they first came out in the UK for my birthday. And I remember, like, less than 6 months later, my brother, like, just went out and sold it, my older brother. I was like, cheers, bruv. Thanks for asking me. What'd you do that for? Like, he didn't even sell it for anything good. He sold it for, like, what was it for? Oh, so he could buy 2 more Nintendo 64 controllers and a copy of, what game was it? No, it wasn't even that. It was 2 Nintendo 64 controllers and a Game Boy Pocket. I was like, cheers for selling my birthday present, bruv. Brothers are asshats sometimes, huh? I say that like it's well bad. Growing up, I had my little brother convinced he was adopted for like 8 years. He used to cry himself to sleep. I don't even feel a little bit harsh about it. Like, that's what brothers are for, right? Teaching you that the world is a harsh place. Although these days my younger brother's my best mate, you know. But doesn't stop me being really harsh to him still. Like, with the telling him he was adopted thing, I based the whole thing off of the fact that my older brother and I had brown hair and he had blonde hair, so therefore he was adopted and nobody loved him. Like, he used to get well upset about it. Still not even a little bit sorry. Teach him to toughen up, you know? There we go. I need to go and save, and I'm probably going to regret this, but I feel like I'm just going to move on to the next area. From what I played of SMT2, it's probably one of the best SNES games I've played next to Bahamut Lagoon. Most of the SNES games I've played were emulation. Fair play. I mean, most of my... Let me grab this. Most of mine are up there, along with all my Sega shit, but well, my Dreamcast stuff behind it, and some Sega stuff up there. I mean, like, for instance, Shin Megami Tensei is down there in that pile of PS2 games. I do actually own it. I just don't have anything to capture it with, so, you know, I've got my Saturn stuff up there and whatnot. But, also, what's Bahamut Lagoon? I'm going to have to make a note of that, because I do like me some SNES. Like, I like the SNES, or SNES. That looks sick. Sorry, I was just popping that in. That actually looks really fucking cool. It's not too shabby. It's not too shabby at all. Like, I don't think I showed the Atari 2600 over there with the games. It's got my Wii, original Xbox, PS1 down there. My PS1 collection that's down on that bottom shelf and you totally can't see it. It's pitiful. I need to sort that shit out. definitely need to sort that shit out. You know? But, yeah, thanks, though. I appreciate it. What was I going to say? I was going to save, wasn't I? Yeah, no, I'll definitely check that out. Like, that was it. So, when I fancy me, you know, 20 minutes to an hour of just some classic arcadey goodness, then I head over to my Mega Drive or my Dreamcast or sometimes my Saturn. Even as like a Sega fan, because that's what I grew up with. The Saturn was not great. Let's face it, it wasn't. You know, whereas if I fancy some sick RPGs and something like a little longer to take my time with, you know, then I definitely head to the SNES. Super Nintendo was sick. Like, I used to hate on it so much as a little kid in the playground, because in fairness, like, in the UK, Sega won, hands down. I think I knew like one kid with a Super Nintendo. That poor bastard as well, because the Super Nintendo was actually sick, and we used to rip into him for not having a Mega Drive. That was it. I was heading this way. Tell you what I still enjoy and what my go-to game is, like on long journeys or if I'm away from my PC for a long period of time, like if I'm visiting, going and visiting family back home in the UK and stuff. It's all about, for me at the moment, the past couple of times, it's actually been all about Dragon Quest 9 on the DS. I've been enjoying the shit out of that. But I am tempted, maybe when Sony release another handheld, to then pick up a PS Vita. Because as far as that goes for JRPGs, it's pretty sick. Also, then I've got a handheld Binding of Isaac machine, you know. Although I hear Binding of Isaac and Binding of Isaac Afterbirth are both on the Switch, so that's kind of tempting too. I was going this way, right? Yeah. Feel free, like I say, to backseat game if you need to, because it's been so long since I played it, half the time I have no idea what I'm doing or where I'm going. Which I find quite fun, to be honest. So, that Bahamut Lagoon, I've just looked at some pics and it looks fucking sick. Like, tell me a bit about it. Like, what, because you said it was your favourite, right? Like, what is it that makes it your favourite? Like, because I'll definitely have to take a look at it and give it a go. New Shin Megami Tensei's coming out on Switch. Well, that fucking seals that for me then, doesn't it? I mean, I maybe should have Zeo'd the big guy there, but I just don't want to get hit with a lucky hammer from the angels. It's happened to me before. It's proper frustrating. And the Switch will then just give me like something else to game on the move, and like if I just fancy chilling on the sofa. Although at the moment, what I have been doing while chilling on the sofa, when I'm not playing my Game Boy Pocket and my Pokemon Blue. So, I have Pokemon Red and Blue, but Red still has my original OG squad on it. I'm surprised the battery hasn't died. So Blue is the one I tend to play more, you know, when I want to start a new save or whatever. What am I doing? Stun her. You know, so what I have been doing though is I've got like one of those little Bluetooth controllers, and I've got a program on my phone called Moonlight. So I've basically just been chilling like with and streaming from my PC to my handheld and just playing like shit on my handheld. It's been good times. That was maybe an unnecessary lunge. Oh well, it's handled now. Yeah, I turned down Lucky Find earlier. I'm just not that fast. She did have Zeo, I thought so. Stronger than before. Go Zeo. Probably could have autoed that in fairness. I feel like I should put an extra one into Vitality. Yeah, let's let it, see what happens. Haven't had anything bad happen from that yet. I know it can, but it hasn't for a while. Yay, cash cube, I will open it. I got a Soma droplet. If I remember, those were quite good, right? That one, like, at least rings a bell. Yeah, heals HP and MP greatly. We'll hold on to that. But yeah, I'll definitely have to look up the new Shin Megami Tensei on Switch. Because, like, I haven't bothered with PS4 or Xbox One. Because they're pushing games, and, like, they're big games and stuff. Are games that I've always considered more PC games. Like, Nintendo are the only ones still doing, like, the kind of games I used to own, well, have my retro consoles and play console for, you know? Give me, like, a Bayonetta or a Splatoon or, you know... Give me a game like, even like The Wonderful 101 or No More Heroes, you know, on a console over any sort of thing that they're pushing, you know? Because if I wanted to play, but it's been so long since I played it, basically it's an SRPG, kind of like Romance of the Three Kingdoms and Final Fantasy Mix. Do you know what? That's already fucking sold it to me. You get dragons that evolve into different forms depending on your stat distribution, and the pixel art's really good. Do you know what, that is me completely sold on that. I'll give it a blast, see if it's something I want to stream at some point, you know? I mean, I can only take on one JRPG at a time, but yeah. Maybe I'll pick it up for my tablet, because I am going away for Easter. I'm going away for Easter to visit the missus' parents, so it'd be nice to have something new to sink my teeth into. And if I enjoy it that much, then yeah, I'll definitely play it on... That crit though. It might be worth throwing a meteor out there. PS3 is Persona 5. Yeah. I would actually also highly recommend... 2 is arguable, but Ninja Gaiden Sigma was real fucking good. Like, real fucking good. I mean, I know it's just a remake of Ninja Gaiden Black, but it is such a good one. That I would highly recommend. Oh, PS4, sorry. Here's the thing though, like, most of what PS4's pushing just doesn't interest me on console. Like, I don't want a low frame rate version of just a lot of the games that I play on PC. Like, on PC, I mean, I feel a bit dirty playing an emulator on PC at the moment, but I don't have a capture device, so...